We're working with absolute value equations. The instructions are solve each equation, check your answer. Now for A, we have 3. We have 3 absolute value of z plus 7 equals 12. You would think we'd want to do the distributive property, but once again, remember in the lesson, we said we'd have to divide by both sides by 3. And we know that 3 divided by 3 is 1, so we're left with the absolute value of z plus 7. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So this is the form that we wanted. We wanted the absolute value by itself, and then we have the number on the other side. So what are our two answers? We have z plus 7 equals 4, or z plus 7 equals -4. So now we're just going to go ahead and solve these one-step equations. We subtract 7 from both sides. So we have z is equal to -3. We subtract 7 from both sides. So we have z is equal to -11. So now we're going to check, and we're going to check by substituting into the original equation. So we have 3 absolute value -3 plus 7. So that's 3 times the absolute value of 4. And the absolute value is 4, so it's going to be 12, and that does check. Now we're going to check number -11. So it's going to be 3 absolute value -11 plus 7 is equal to 3 times the absolute value of -4. And the absolute value of -4 is 4, so it's going to be 12, and that does check. For B, we're going to go ahead and solve this absolute value. So we have absolute value of 4 minus 2y plus 5 equals 9. The goal is just to have the absolute value on the left side, because the absolute value is on the left side. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and subtract 5 from both sides. And I have the absolute value of 4 minus 2y. 5 minus 5 is 0. So I have 9. I have 9 minus 5, which is going to be 4. So now that we have the absolute value on one side, we can go ahead and state our two possible answers. So our two possible answers are 4 minus 2y equals 4. And of course you want to put or, because it could be the other answer. 4 minus 2y equal -4. So now we're going to go ahead and solve these equations. You also notice that the absolute value is taken off. So we're going to go ahead and subtract 4 from both sides. And we have -2y equals, this is 4 minus 4 is 0. 4 minus 4 is 0. We divide by -2. -2 divided by -2, you're left with just y, which is 1y. We'll just say y. And then 0 divided by -2 is 0. We're going to go ahead and solve the other equation. We're going to go ahead and subtract 4 from both sides. So we have 4 minus 4, which is going to be 0, and we're left with -2y equals -8. Our next step is to divide by -2. -2 divided by -2 is 1. You're left with y. -8 divided by -2 is going to be 4. Our last step is to check. So I'm going to go ahead and check up here. We have the absolute value of 4 minus 2 times 0 plus 5. We have 2 times 0, which is 0. And we have 4, so the absolute value of 4 is 4. So we have 4 plus 5, which gives us 9, and that's what we wanted. We got 9. We're going to go ahead and now substitute 4 into the original equation. So you have the absolute value of 4 minus 2 times 4 plus 5, and we want to check if that's equal to 9. We have 2 times 4 is negative 8. 4 minus 8 is negative 4. So you have negative 4, the absolute value negative 4, plus 5, which does equal 9. Okay? For C, we are going to solve this absolute value. Now you do notice on the right side we have 3t minus 2, which is quite different than what we had before, but the good thing about it is we have the absolute value on the left side. So let me go ahead and show you how you solve this. Since we don't have to add we don't have to subtract or add anything to the absolute value, nor we have to divide, we can automatically do our two possible solutions. So we have 2t minus 3 equals 3t minus 2. That's a possibility. Or 2t minus 3 is equal to negative, and then of course you have 3t minus 2. You notice that I have parentheses around the second expression, and you have the minus. That's how you set it up. I'm going to go ahead, there are many different ways to solve this equation, but I'm going to go ahead and predominantly I'm going to work on the left side. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract 3t. So 2t minus 3t, we have negative t minus 3 is equal to negative 2. I'm going to add 3 to both sides since I want a balanced equation. 3 minus 3 is 0, so you have negative t is equal to 3 plus negative 2, which gives you 1. Divide by negative 1. So the value of t is equal to negative 1. We're going to go ahead and distribute the negative. So we have 2t minus 3 is equal to negative 3t plus 2. We're going to add 3t to both sides. 2t plus 3t gives you 5t minus 3 is equal to 3t minus 3t is 0, so you're left with 2. You're going to add 3 to both sides. So 3 minus 3 is 0, so you have 5t is equal to 5. And then divide by 5. So we have t is equal to 1. So now we got to check if the left side is equal to the right side. So we're going to check the absolute value of 2 times negative 1 minus 3. Does that equal to 3 times negative 1 minus 2? So we have 2 times negative 1, which is negative 2. So you have negative 2 minus 3, negative 5. The absolute value of negative 5 is negative 5. It's 5. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3 minus 2 is negative 5. So this is not going to be the answer. So this is what we call an extraneous solution. We're going to try 1. So what we're doing here is we're checking. We're going to try 1. So we have the absolute value of 2 times 1 minus 3. And we're checking if 3 times 1 minus 2 is going to be equal to the left side. So we have 2 times 1 is 2. 2 minus 3 is negative 1. So is the absolute value of negative 1 equal to 1? Because 3 times 1 is 3 minus 2. And the answer is yes. So that's true. So the only answer is t equal 1. We're going to work on the next absolute value equation. Once again, we have 4 minus 3m is equal to m plus 10, or 4 minus 3m is equal to negative, and then you have your parentheses, m plus 10. Okay. So let's go ahead and subtract m from the right side, and I will subtract m from the left side. So we have 4 negative 3m minus m is negative 4m equals m minus m is 0 is 10. Subtract 4 from both sides. So you have negative 4m is equal to 10 minus 4, which is 6, divided by negative 4, divided by negative 4. So we have m is equal. Now we know that 6 and negative 4 are divisible by 2. So this is negative 3 over 2. So let's double check that we have the correct steps. We subtract m from both sides. So we have 4 minus 4m equals 10. Then we subtract 4 from both sides. So we have negative 4m is equal to 6 divided by negative 4. And you divide by 2, or you reduce by 2, so you get negative 3 over 2. So now we have 4 minus 3m is equal to, we're going to distribute the negative. So we have negative m minus 10. I'm going to add m to both sides. So I have 4. Negative 3m plus m gives you negative 2m is equal to m plus negative m is 0. You're left with negative 10. You subtract 4 from both sides. Since we want m by itself, so we have negative 2m is equal to negative 14. Divide by negative 2. So m is equal to 7. So now we have to check if each answer is correct. We have to check that. So I'm going to go ahead and check here down here. So we have check. We're going to go ahead and substitute the absolute value of 4 minus 3 times 7. And we want to check if it equals to 7 plus 10. So we have 17. So we have 4 minus 21. So you have negative 17. So is the absolute value of negative 17 17? And the answer is yes. I went ahead and did the work for you. I substituted. You notice you have 4 minus 3 times negative 3 over 2. So I have 4 plus 9 over 2, because negative 3 times negative 3 is 9 over 2. 4 can be the same as 8 over 2, because 8 divided by 2 is 4. You have the same denominator, so you have 17 over 2, which does equal the right side. And I'm going to show you. You have negative 3 over 2 plus 10. So you have negative 3 over 2 plus 10 is the same thing as saying as 20 divided by 2, because 20 divided by 2 is 10. So negative 3 plus 20 gives you 17 over 2, so that's correct.